Okay, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hmm. Okay, in the last class, we have seen ultrasonic machining. Ultrasonic machining, it is nothing but a machining operation where a low amplitude and high frequency vibration is used or given to the tool, and using the abrasive slurry, the machining operation is done, and material removals also you have seen. Okay, so the frequency, ultrasonic frequency of the order 19 to 25 kilohertz, and also the amplitude value ranging from 15 to 50 micrometer were used. So we have seen certain advantages, disadvantages, and finally the applications of USM. So the main advantage was that it can be used for even non-conducting materials. So, like unlike that EDM and ECM and all, here you can use even non-metals, so that there is no need for any current to pass through that. And the main uh, disadvantage is that it cannot be used for ductile materials. This is mainly used for hard and brittle material, because this is acting by hammering or the hammering of effect. And we have seen the main applications where this ultrasonic machining is utilized. That is for machining some hard materials like alloys, semiconductors, glass, ceramics, etc. Also industrial diamonds and etc. etc. So we have seen many applications. Now we will see the process capabilities, various process capabilities. Process capabilities of USM or ultrasonic machining. So what are the process capabilities? So the capabilities of the process of USM, you can find some. First one, this is mainly used for machining hard materials like alloys, conductors, semiconductors, glass, ceramics, carbides, etc. So it can machine, it can machine, it can machine, it can machine workpieces which is harder, workpieces which is than harder. Hey, what happens? Just a minute. Okay, harder than 40 HRC and to 60 HRC. This value. So the workpieces which is harder than this value can be machined using the USM. So, but the thing is, it cannot be used for uh, materials which is somewhat soft and ductile. So can't use for soft and ductile material. Okay. There's something the version with you. Just a minute. Okay, so the first one is that it can machine harder materials, harder than say 40 to 60 HRC. Now regarding the tolerance range, we'll see. Okay, regarding the tolerance level, tolerance range, it is given as 7 to 25 microns or micrometer. This particular tolerance can be achieved using ultrasonic machining. Now regarding the holes, we have already said it is one of the disadvantage. That means it cannot go to huge depth. Unlike the EDM or ECM, it can only create minute holes due to the issues with the abrasive slurry movement and all. So as a process capability, we can say that holes up to 76 microns. Holes up to 76 microns. Micrometer. 76 micrometer, up to that holes can be drilled. So the holes up to 76 microns can be drilled easily, but even more depth, like 152 mm, 152 mm can also be done, but using certain special flushing techniques. Special flushing techniques. Flushing techniques of the abrasive slurry. Because the main thing is, or the main difficulty in making a hole is that due to the in order to have the proper slurry movement, if the proper slurry movement is not there, then the machining operation cannot be done. So using special flushing techniques, some special techniques, you can be able to even have the holes up to 152 mm. Now regarding the aspect ratio, that is the width to depth, aspect ratio is about 40 to 1. 40 to 1 can be achieved. Then the linear material removal rate. Linear material removal rate. So material removal rate in the linear direction, it is it can be achieved, that is 0.25 to 0.75 micron. This particular value can be achieved. Next, regarding the surface finish, regarding the surface finish, the values are ranging from this is, sorry, a small mistake is there. Linear measurement is linear MRR is not this. Linear MRR, that is the material removal rate. Removal rate is not micron. It is 0.025 to 25 mm per revolution. Sorry, mm per minute. Okay, this is linear. Linear ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് വോളിയം പെർ മിനിറ്റ് അല്ല, പകരം എന്താണ് mm per minute ആണ് വരുന്നത്. കാരണം ലീനിയർ മെറ്റീരിയൽ റിമൂവൽ റേറ്റ് ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ 0.025 to 25 mm per minute. And the surface finish is നേരത്തെ കൊടുത്ത വാല്യൂ 0.25 micron to 0.75 micron. വാല്യൂസ് ഒക്കെ ഓർത്ത് വെക്കാൻ പറ്റുമെങ്കിൽ എത്ര നല്ലത്. ഓക്കെ, And next is non-directional surface structure. Non-directional surface structure. Surface texture. This is possible compared to the conventional grinding. Compared to conventional grinding. So compared to conventional grinding, the non-directional surface structure, ഒരു particular directional അല്ലാണ്ട് ഉള്ള surface structure possible ആണ്. Then 8th one, radial overcut. Radial overcut. Radial overcut. Overcut you have already seen in EDM process, that this is a workpiece. Okay. And the tool. This is the tool. And this is the workpiece. And you can see this is the gap. And also radially there will be some gap. There will be cutting. This is the radial overcut. And this value depends on the diameter of the grains or the grain size of the abrasive particles. Like you have already seen, that is it is up to, that is from 1.5 to 4 times 1.5 to 4 times the grain size of the abrasive. That particular length will be this radial overcut. So the radial overcut, that will be much low as 1.5 to 4 times the grain size. Okay, so these are the main process capabilities of a USM or ultrasonic machine. So first one is it can machine workpiece which is harder than 40 to 60 HRC, and it cannot be used for soft and ductile materials. Then regarding the tolerance, this is a tolerance range, and holes usually it can be made up to 76 micrometer, and it can also be increased to some values, say 152 mm, using special flushing techniques of the abrasive slurry. Now regarding the aspect ratio, it is possible to have an aspect ratio of 40:1, and the linear MRR is ranging from 0.025 to 25 mm per minute, and surface finish is like this. And regarding the non-directional surface texture, and finally the radial overcut will be very small in the range of 1.5 to 4 times the grain size. So these are about the process capability. Now regarding the material removal, how the material removal is done, and we can see 4 types of or 4 ways in which material removal is done, or the reasons. There are mainly 4 reasons. 4 reasons for material removal. Material removal using the ultrasonic machining. So we'll see what are the 4 reasons for material removal. First one, the material removal can be done by mechanical abrasion. Mechanical abrasion. Mechanical abrasion. Then second, impact. We'll see one by one. Impact.
third is erosion, and finally chemical. Okay, so we will see these things, and the main thing or the significant one is these two. These are the significant ones, and these are negligible, and we will neglect it or ignore it. Okay, so this effect of this erosion and chemical as negligible, and so we usually in real time we ignore it. Okay, now we'll see one by one what is mechanical abrasion, impact, erosion, chemical. Okay, first of all, mechanical abrasion. So these are all the reasons for material removal, or the mechanism by which material or how the material is removed using ultrasonic machining. The first one, that is mechanical abrasion. So this is the workpiece and the tool. So the tool will be vibrating with an amplitude, low amplitude, high frequency. It will be vibrating. Suppose the abrasive particle size of the abrasive particle is greater. Then what happens is the tool directly contacts the workpiece with the abrasives, or tool will come into contact with the abrasive, and the force which is given by the tool towards the abrasive, and in turn it gives a abrasive or the force to the workpiece, and using that force this will be chipped away, or the workpiece will be chipped away. So it will be done, or the material removal is done by abrasion, mechanical abrasion, using the force given by the tool, or the tool force. The vibrating tool force will be directly applied to the workpiece through the abrasive particles. So there is a contact between the workpiece and abrasive, and abrasive and workpiece. Sorry, tool and workpiece. Sorry, tool and abrasive, and abrasive to workpiece. So there will be a total contact between the three at a once. Okay, so this is the mechanical abrasion. Now we will see what is an impact, how the material removal is done using impact or throwing. Here we can say hammering എന്ന് പറയാൻ കാരണം എന്താണ്? നമ്മൾ ടൂൾ എടുത്തു, ടൂള് ഈ അബ്രസീവ് പാർട്ടിക്കിളുമായിട്ട് ചേർത്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് എന്താണ് വർക്ക് പീസിലേക്ക് പോയി ഇടിക്കുന്നത്. സോ വി കോൾ ഇറ്റ് ആസ് ഹാമറിങ്. നൗ ഇമ്പാക്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? ഒരു ഇമ്പാക്ട് ലോഡ് കൊടുക്കുന്നു. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ്, സപ്പോസ് യു ആർ ഹാവിംഗ് ദ വർക്ക് പീസ് ലൈക്ക് ദിസ്. If the gap is high or the abrasive particle size is small, വളരെ ചെറിയ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ആണെന്ന് കരുതുക. അപ്പൊ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ, ദിസ് വിൽ ബി വൈബ്രേറ്റിംഗ് ഓൺ ഓൺലി എ സ്മോൾ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡ്. ചെറിയ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡിൽ മാത്രമാണ് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ എന്താണ്, ഇത് ഇവിടം വരെ എത്താനുള്ള സമയം ഉണ്ടാവില്ല, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടം വരെ എത്തുന്നുണ്ടാവില്ല, ഇവിടം വരെയൊക്കെ എത്തുന്നുണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോ ടൂൾ ഈസ് നോട്ട് giving the force directly to the workpiece, but it will impact on the abrasive particles, and in turn the abrasive particle will be thrown into the workpiece. adine endana, this will be, abrasive particle will be thrown into the workpiece. As a result, due to the impact force of the abrasive particles on the workpiece, it will be chipped away, or the workpiece particles will be removed. ഈ രീതിയിൽ ഒരു മെറ്റീരിയൽ റിമൂവൽ നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇതാണ് ഇമ്പാക്ട്. സോ മെയിൻലി the workpiece material is removed using these two mechanisms, that is by hammering and by throwing. hammering method is termed as the mechanical abrasion, and next throwing method is impact. Now there are two other methods also whose effect is negligible, so we usually ignore in the real time. So anyway, we will see what is the erosion. Erosion is mainly due to the cavitation. Cavitation means, what is cavitation? Yes, it is the effect of the abrasive slurry. So we are having the abrasive slurry in the workpiece. Suppose this is the workpiece, and you are having the what do you say, the abrasive slurry over here. So as the abrasive slurry is moving, what happens is it will create some cavities in the surface. In the corrosion and all, you have already learned about the cavitation, how cavitation occurs. Similarly, the cavitation occurs in the surface of the workpiece, and due to the cavitation effect, an erosion of the surface will be done, or the erosion, which is similar to material removal, will be done. So there is a small chance of material removal due to this cavitation, and so this mechanism is termed as a erosion. So its effect is negligible, but we are explaining it. And finally, chemical effect. That is due to the chemical effect of this particular abrasive slurry. If there is any chemical reaction occurs, what happens is, due to the chemical reaction, it will be dissolved. The material will get dissolved and will be removed. That is due to the chemical effect. So these are the 4 reasons for material removal in ultrasonic machining. The first one is mechanical abrasion, that is hammering. Then we see the impact, that is done by throwing of the abrasives. So what happens, or what is the scenario? In the first case, the gap is very less. The workpiece to tool gap is very less, and also the size of the abrasive particles is more. So in that case, mechanical abrasion will be done, or the hammering effect will be prominent. Then in the second case, what happens is the gap is more and the size of the grain is small. So the impact force will be there, and there is no hammering. And these are the main significant mechanisms, and the rest is the erosion, which is done by using cavitation, and finally the chemical, due to the chemical effect. Okay, so now we will see where what are the key process parameters and some of their effects. So the process parameters. So what are the main process parameters which governs the ultrasonic machining? You will see, first of all, we will list the process parameters, various process parameters. Later we will go to their effect, how it affects, or how the change in the process parameters affects. Okay, first one, amplitude of vibration. Amplitude of vibration. That is about 15 to 50 micron. We have already discussed. Second process parameter is the frequency. Frequency of vibration, which is 19 to 25 kilohertz. Third one, the feed force. feed force F. This is the force, that is, this is the workpiece, and this is the tool. So the tool will be vibrating, and at regular intervals, controlled feed will be given in this particular direction, so that it will be moving downwards, or the feed force will be given in the direction of machining. Whichever direction you want the machining to be done, you will give a particular feed rate. That is the feed force. Then regarding the abrasive size, that is the size of grain of the abrasive particles. Fifth one, abrasive material. Abrasive material. That is the materials used for or used as the abrasive particle, mainly Al2O3, silicon carbide, B4C, boron silicon carbide, boron silicon carbide, diamond, etc. Next, the contact area of the tool. Contact area of the tool. So the area of contact of the tool with the workpiece. Then volume concentration. Volume concentration. Volume concentration. That is the concentration of the abrasives. Of abrasives. Then regarding the tool. Regarding tool, there are certain factors, that is material of the tool, shape of the tool, amplitude of vibration, frequency, strength, etc. Then regarding the workpiece material or workpiece, that is, first of all, material like the tool, then impact strength, and also the surface fatigue strength. And finally, regarding the slurry, abrasive slurry, that is the abrasive concentration. Then the liquid used, and also the density. So these are the various process parameters, and you will see their effects in the last class. In the next class. Okay, so now it's time.